Hello everyone, I'm Sean from Urban Agents, and today we are enjoying a very good sunny weather and at the same time enjoying the sea breeze from East Coast Park. But above all, today I have a very special friend that's ready to share about his experiences engaging me as his represented agent to help him in his asset progression. So let's go in and have a good chit chat with him. Today we have a very special guest who is also my friend. He's none other than Eugene, so maybe you would like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Eugene. I'm actually a classmate of Sean since secondary school days, and also I have get Sean to help me to handle my property sales as well. So I'm glad to be here to share my experience with you guys.
Just a question, because I'm very curious, how did you manage to find out that I'm a property agent?
It's actually through Facebook that I know that Sean has actually established himself as a guru in the real estate industry. Also, one day, my wife just brought up this flyer and bring this flyer to me and share with me that actually we can engage this person to handle our home sales. So it's actually a coincidence that I engaged Sean to be my property agent. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, by
very,
chance. Yeah.
Very coincidental. Yeah. Okay, cool. And at that point of time, you were staying in District 19. Yeah, in District 19 itself,
correct,
which is
yeah.
Punggol.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, I received, I think it's a text message or a phone call from Eugene, and that's the time when he actually wanted to seek some professional advice on how to go about it. So, just a question, like, what were you going through? I'm now specifically with your family, yourself, your wife, and your children. What are the thoughts that's going through in your mind in selling of this house? Or do you intend to sell or not to sell or to rent, something?
Yeah, so at that point of time, it wasn't very clear to me and my wife whether we want to rent or we want to sell the property, and that's why we need some expert advice. And knowing that Sean is in the real estate industry, I contacted Sean to give me some advice. So he's very fast and he came in and run through our finances with us, try to give us advice on how we should deal with the property at that time. Yeah. Basically, I don't have much experience in property dealing. I think it's very helpful that I can get Sean to assist me in the whole sales proceeding.
I do agree, sometimes I've met quite a number of clients. It can be quite a mind-boggling issues to transit, especially, to move from one house to another. I think throughout the few sessions with him and his wife, we kind of concluded that we should actually proceed to sell the house first to get at least the cash proceeds and the CPF in order to fund for the next house. And I think at that point of time, you're also considering your child's education, am I right?
Yes, I'm considering my child education. So we wanted to move into my parents' house, which is nearer to the primary school that my child is studying or intending to study. Sean has helped us to find a new launch in that area.
To be honest, everything comes in very timely. For the matter of fact that when we actually sold the place, it took us about maybe
about 2 months.
2 months, yeah, 2 months to successfully find a buyer who will really appreciate and match very close to what he's asking for.
Yeah, actually in between there's a couple of buyers that came in, but my wife and myself have set some high price setting for Sean, but he's very patient and he keeps bringing our potential buyer to us to view the house as well.
But eventually we did it all together. I always believe that selling the house must be a partnership between the sellers and the agent, and we successfully closed the deal with a local couple who really liked the unblocked view and the area over there. So subsequently, after we sold the place, we chanced upon this new launch that was in the East Coast area.
Yeah,
and at that point of time, the developer was spamming in all the advertisements to all the agents, and we actually sort of maybe shortlisted, and then we actually went into the show flat to take a look during the first launch, and it was very crowded, but yet I think there was calculations that was done to really help to ensure, give a surety to my friend before he take the next step.
When Sean brought up this new launch to me as well, it was really a good investment property. We're actually thinking of buying as well at that time. But again, Sean took the extra effort to did his research and understand what is the potential development around the area as well. And with his advice, that really reinforced our decision to make that purchase.
In fact, it was moments that my friend didn't rush to it, but he actually looked through carefully which exact stack to buy. Then we also carefully just to so-called to pan out, is it going to be a noisy facing?
Oh yeah.
Or is it a west sun facing issue which we are trying to avoid?
Yeah.
So eventually, I think the wife and him settled on to the particular stack and on a high floor that they wanted.
I'm also very glad that Sean has used his knowledge and his background in interior design and architecture to help us as well. That's the plus point or the benefit that we get from with Sean as your property agent.
Yes, yeah. So nothing is going into waste. 6 years of my life in NUS. But anyway, yeah. After calculating the finances with you and your spouse about the sale of your residence, what makes you take the next step forward?
I think the next step forward is when you share with me what is the timeline. What's the timeline if you involve through the whole sales transaction process? That's very helpful. And also when you have tried all means to do the marketing and the advertising for my property as well through online portal like Property Guru, and also you did a video marketing for me. That's really a refreshing experience.
That is why video marketing is very important for us as agents and even for the sellers as well.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why I get almost every 1 or 2 weeks I get viewers, potential buyer to come into my property to view. It was quite a surprise to me that the whole sales process can be completed within the 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
We
about
get
2 months that we get the highest possible price offer at that point of time. Yeah. Throughout the viewings, any feedback or anything like the clients whom I brought, I know that it can be quite a hassle because when you have kids and when you have toys lying around and then you have to prepare the place just to set up for every single buyer coming to view, and you are not so sure whether this buyer is a serious buyer or is a window shopper. Was that a hassle to you?
Actually, it's not with you around.
Okay.
I think I'm very glad to engage you as my property agent. One thing is that you are very accommodating. I think I would say if you can entrust Sean to take care of the viewing, or you can just sit back and then watch him helping you to sell the plus points to the property.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think in terms of trying to arrange a viewing slots, he understands your needs and he's always putting you as your interest at the best.
Eugene himself is also very accommodating as well, because sometimes throughout the weekend you have like 1, 2 groups or even 3 groups of buyers coming at different timings, and we as agents, we actually try to condense everything at one go as much as possible, back to back. But there are times where it's not allowable, not permissible to do so. But Eugene has been very kind enough to understand the buyer's timing. In fact, sometimes he will stay around just to ensure that everything runs smoothly, make sure that aircon is switched on, the lights are all switched on. And I think somehow we get through these 2 months just like that,
Yeah.
And in fact, it was a progress, it's a journey that I really enjoy. First thing and foremost, I like to showcase houses and talk to people about the benefits of owning a house, and to really showcase the unique selling points of every individual house, because every home has a story. It's always good and refreshing to meet new people, new faces. Is there anything to add on or any complaints about my service?
No, actually I got no complaint for Sean. He's a very good friend and also a very good property agent. If you ask me whether I'm going to introduce Sean to the rest of my friends, I would say yes, certainly. Reason being that he has all the full attributes of a good property agent. I know him for a very long time. He's very meticulous in his work, and also he understands your needs. He's always trying to understand your needs and putting a lot of effort and passion in everything that he's doing. I think the experience of engaging him as my agent reaffirms that as well. I would say I got no complaints overall. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. So talking about Singapore in general, I mean, being one of the top, in fact, number 1 most competitive economy in the whole entire world, buying a property that is almost like costing you a limb and a liver and a kidney, What are your thoughts when you see so many new project launches in Singapore? And at that point of time, I was also working out whether is it a good time to buy resale or is it a good time to buy a new launch. And when I was introducing the new launch, what are some of your thoughts?
Yeah.
Are you skeptical about new launches? Yeah, basically.
Yeah, in general, yes, new launches are more pricier, especially in the East Coast area. But also considering that I'm looking for a place in the East Coast area, a new home for my family, and wanting an investment property which has a potential capital gain, I think your sharing of your analysis certainly helps to elevate that sort of a worry that I have initially.
And we went through a few rounds of calculations, even with the agent that's at the show flat as well. So just to make sure that whatever CPF, whatever savings from your previous earnings and your sale of your proceeds are able to cover and have some rainy day reserve as well. You know,
correct.
what were your thoughts then after calculating for you?
Yeah, after you helped me to calculate my finances, I do realize that actually it's possible to upgrade to a new launch property in this area, and which is why my wife and myself decided to make the purchase. Yeah.
When is the project going to be completed?
TOP is in 2022.
2022. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
But hopefully by end of next year, they should
alright,
be completed.
okay.
Yeah.
So wishing you all the best when you're moving to your new nest.
Yeah.
And enjoy the surroundings, you know, going out to East Coast Park more often, you know, to enjoy a family bonding time. I just want to thank Eugene, you know, personally for, you know, taking his precious time to just have this kind of conversations, which I feel that is very meaningful. And we were just laughing and joking about those good old days, you know, back in our secondary school years, stupid things that we have done, you know, but eventually he is having his own life with his family, moving on to his next transition. I'm very happy to be part of this journey to find his new dream house in the East area. And really want to appreciate you, you know, for engaging me as your agent, giving me the exclusive price to help you to market and then to see you through selling all the way to buying your new place. That's something that I'm always thankful for. So thank you, Eugene.
Welcome. Welcome, Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help as well. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity, even. Well, that was a good time hearing from Eugene about his experiences in his real estate journey. And if you're looking for a consultancy service or a property consultant wanting to find out how you can go about in upgrading your asset portfolio, well, please do not hesitate. Feel free to call me at my mobile number, and I'm Sean from Urban Agents, and I'll see you in my next video.